So happy to be joined here for our Black History Month series by a legend of Chicago State tennis, Miss Titania Harris. How are you, Titania?
Hi, how are you doing?
I caught you, I think, in a rare moment of not being outside, teaching tennis, riding your bike through the ice. So you're in your own home talking, and it's really great to chat with you today.
Great.
So
I'm surprised too.
Yeah, exactly. Pin you down for now. So Titania, I want to take you into a little time machine. I want to flash back, if you would, with me to the tennis team you were part of at Chicago State. Early 90s, you became the first all-Black female undefeated team in NCAA history.
That's right.
Unbelievable. And when we talk now, almost 30 years later, what strikes you most about that team?
Well, I guess all of us are doing well. We all have careers of our choice, and we're doing well in our careers. We still keep in touch from time to time during the year. So we created a bond. We all, some of us still play tennis and actually go out and still teach the sport, and our kids have played. And I guess that's the part that I enjoy most, that we still keep in contact.
You know that you and your teammates and your coach are in Chicago State history forever, and Chicago history and really national tennis history. So yeah. I'm curious, when you look back, I remember you told me when we first touched base on this that, you got skepticism coming off the bus sometimes. Teams would look at you and be like, oh, okay, they look cute. Like we'll see what that group of girls can do. And then you would go out and kick their butts. What do you remember about the attitudes and then the results?
Well, me, I've always known as a tiger. So I was a lion. So being an alpha female, I was always dominant. You know what I'm saying? So I knew how to handle it. I went in with confidence. I knew how I was. I'm a daddy's girl. What do you call it now? Girl dad. So my dad taught me to be mentally focused on the court and understand it's one point at a time. You don't look at and think about too many other things. Sometimes you will have girls to make unfair calls, or they'll say, hey, you're cheating, or that's not the score. They'll switch the score, but you have to stay focused. And you have to believe in yourself and what you're saying, and you can't come out there with an attitude like a mouse. You're going to get a lot of points taken away, or, they're going to, control the match, and you don't want that to happen. So you have to go out there with a certain type of confidence and just ignore it. Sometimes people, use that tactic to win. Like I remember I played a girl, and she told me it was going to be a solar eclipse. So, of course, you thinking you're hitting the overhead, you don't want to look up at the sun. So even though I know it was some bull, it still was in my head. I couldn't hit overhead. So
that's where you can't be a mouse, like you said.
So, of course, you think about what somebody said to you, and then you're like, oh my gosh, I can't believe she just said that. And then you think, okay, here's the overhead. And you're thinking about what she said. That's tennis. So you have to know how to, and take it in and put it back out, So I didn't allow things like that, to bother me. But having the girls, I guess, accept us when we walked up as being beautiful African-American women and saying, oh my God, these girls are really pretty. And then after we played them, it's kind of like, and they can play too, so they respected us in the sport. So we received a lot of respect when we actually played matches. Mm-hmm.
Respect is earned, not given, right? And you really earned it. And when you look back now, 30 years later, it's February and we're celebrating Black History Month. And the reality is you and your teammates are a major part of Chicago State's Black history, NCAA Black history. So how would you describe the role that you feel you do have?
Well, right now for me, it's to give it back. Like I said, I teach tennis. I've taught tennis for years now. And I have a group of kids right now that I actually really, really love working with. They have great energy. They want to play the sport. I don't know how I was blessed with this, because a lot of coaches, they dream about having this type of energy with new students. So I'm hoping and praying that I can give what I learned to all of these students that I'm teaching now, and they can go on and give it to someone else. So my goal from all of what I learned on being on a team like that is to give it to someone else. And man, when I tell you, I'm looking forward to seeing the results and what I build. I'm excited about that. Just giving it back, paying it forward and making sure that our sport in a minority setting does not disappear. You have to give it back. And there's a lot of ways and a lot of facilities out there. I mean, you have Kamal Murray at Excess, who has an awesome program at Excess in the city. So we are reaching out to all of these young students and hoping and praying that they can continue the sport. And then Jack Bart can recruit a team that's from the city of Chicago and actually, go out and do what we did, and because we have the resources here, the parents just have to stay involved. There's one thing that I told my parents, that my son didn't want to play tennis when he started off. He used to say, Mom, I want to do that. I want to stay home. I want to do this. I want to do this. So I let him do certain things, but we had to play tennis. You have to play tennis. So eventually he learned to like the sport. He learned to get more involved. He learned to go out in groups and have a great time, because in the beginning, every kid wants to just sit at home and play video games all day. So I'm trying to teach the parent that they have to be involved in the kid's life so they can develop in the sport of tennis and they can become top players. Now my son is receiving a full scholarship at University of Arkansas Pine Bluff. So I'm so proud of Thomas, that he was able to stick it out and he's actually giving back. So every time he comes back home, he helps me with my program. So I'm really happy about that. But as a parent, I stuck it out. And as a coach, every one of my kids know when they want a lesson and they need me as a coach, I'm there. So, I'm glad I'm in a place now where I can pay it forward like that and give to so many young students. If I can do it where my teammates can come and join me some days. I know Cindy Goodman has come out in the past to help me with some of my students. So if I can set up a setting where the kids can meet an all African-American team, where we were able to go out and venture out to different programs in our community to learn the sport of tennis, I'm sure that will help build the sport so we can keep it going in the minority communities.
Right, keep it going. And it takes people like you and now people like your son, like Thomas, to pay it forward, right? And hey, big congrats to Thomas. Consider, I guess a lot of us now, Arkansas Pine Bluff men's tennis fans for the next little while, right? Unless there's any Chicago State matchups, we're all rooting for Thomas and Titania. It's wonderful what you're doing in the community and paying it forward. And I really thank you for your time today.
All right, no problem. Thank you.
Thanks, Titania.
Bye-bye. Have a great day. Go Cougars.